Rutgers University. And we created Are You Ready over 10 years ago. And our mission always has been to equip and encourage young adults, high school and college students to be engaged in their communities. We've been thrilled this year to extend the reach of Are You Ready and welcome not only Rutgers New Brunswick students into the project, but partners from Drew University, Rutgers-Newark, and the University of Texas at Austin. And for the last few months, our college students have gone into New Brunswick High School, Orange High School, American History High School, and the Ann Richards School for Young Women Leaders, virtually, unfortunately, but to administer our Are You Ready workshops. Now, a lot of these high schoolers are going to be able to join us today. Unfortunately, not everyone will be able to join us, but we're thrilled to have all of the students, college and high schoolers, who are with us today. We have an action-packed session prepared for you, and I want to thank all those who made today a reality. Not only our supporters, Susan and Stephen Darian, and Maury Lieberman and Leslie Scallett, but our partners, Heather Vaughn from the Annette Strauss Institute for Civic Life, Dean Sharana Rogers and Shannon Thomas from the pre-college programs at Rutgers-Newark, and Amy Koritz and Kirsten Tremblay at Drew University. A very, very special thanks to my colleague Jessica Ronan for her dedication and for her very hard work in preparing this day. So we hope all the students participating today will come away with a better sense not only of how politics matters in their lives, but how they can make a difference in their community and in our country at a moment where we need them more than ever. So I hope you enjoy the day. And right now I want to hand off to my friend Heather Vaughn at University of Texas at Austin.
Good morning, and thank you for having us virtually at Rutgers, I feel like. I'm so happy to be here representing the University of Texas at Austin. I lead educational outreach at the Annette Strauss Institute for Civic Life, and I also teach in the Moody College of Communications. I have my students here with me from class, and then I also have students from the Ann Richards School in Austin, Texas. Thanks for having us.
Good morning, everyone. Dean Sharana Rogers from Rutgers University-Newark, Center for Pre-College Programs. We are so excited. This is our first year joining the initiative, and we partnered with one of our Newark high schools, American History High School, and had a glorious, glorious, glorious time. Our students were engaged in some amazing work. And we just want to welcome you on behalf of our Chancellor, Nancy Cantor from the Newark campus. And thank you for having us today.
Hello, good morning. My name is Kirsten Tremblay from Drew University. I use the pronouns she, her, and hers, and I am the Are You Ready Drew Graduate Assistant. Our program is hosted out of the Center for Civic Engagement at Drew University, and the director of that is Dr. Amy Koritz, who's with us today. Our program has been led this year at Drew by a small but mighty force of students, where we have worked with Orange High School, and we're really excited for today and all that's going to be happening. And now we're going to have some broader introduction time.
Thank you, Kirsten. And I think I'm going to hand off to one of my many great students who are part of this initiative today, Sarah Rubiano. As you'll see throughout the day, we're going to have, as much as possible, have the college students who have been on the ground doing this good work, leading the day. We'll have some friends and partners and supporters coming in and out. But now I want to hand off to my student, one of our students, Sarah Rubiano, who I assume is somewhere on my screen.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
My name is Sarah Rubiano, and I'm currently an Are You Ready intern for the Center of Youth Political Participation. Happy to be here with everyone this morning. To get our conference started, we're going to break out into breakout rooms where you're going to get to know each other a little bit better. And we're also going to go over some ground rules as well in a smaller setting. So just wait for that little pop-up button on your screen to show up, and we'll get started.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your short breakout room. Now we're going to transition actually to our opening keynote address with Ms. Kalina Berryman, who's the director of the Abbott Leadership Institute, or ALLI, at Rutgers University-Newark. Welcome, Kalina.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the 2021 Are You Ready Young Leaders Conference. I am so excited to be here. I know that this conference is typically in person. However, what this pandemic has taught us is that we do not need to be physically together to connect or to lead. I have heard so much about your projects and your presentations and your work over the last couple of months, and I want every single young person on this call to know that I am proud of you and honored to be a part of your virtual space. Thank you to the Eagleton Institute of Politics and Director, Dr. Elizabeth Mato, for making the Are You Ready program possible over the last 10 years. And to all of the leadership, the staff, and the believers across the campuses, thank you for all that you have poured into our young leaders. To the young leaders participating in this program at the University of Texas at Austin, Rutgers University-New Brunswick, Rutgers University-Newark, my home, and Drew University, thank you for owning the power of your voices and for committing to its development. This year has not been easy for any of us, but each of us have persisted through what I know at times felt like insurmountable challenges. And so I want us to take a moment to give some virtual love, some love in the chat, some virtual hand claps, and I'm going to clap for all of the young people who are here with us today. So thank you and congratulations on your work. As you've learned in your courses in the Are You Ready program, young people have always sparked and fanned the flames of justice in this country, starting from right where they are. From the civil rights movement to the Black Lives Matter movement, an integral part of social change has been teaching young people to be civically and politically engaged in confronting the issues that impact the people who live within their communities. Your new knowledge is your power, but leadership is an ongoing commitment. And there are 3 questions, young leaders, that I advise you to continuously on your journey to ask yourselves. Number 1, what does the world need to see that only I can show? Number 2, what will be my tools? And number 3, what am I willing to lose? On May 25th, 2020, 17-year-old Daniela Frazier was walking to the store with her little cousin to buy snacks in her hometown, in her neighborhood, in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. She came upon what I am sure was a terrifying scene, a Black man being arrested, held down on the ground with his face down and an officer's knee on his neck. Daniela had so many options in that moment, but decided that she would take out her phone and film what was happening before her eyes, because in her words, the world needed to see what she was seeing. She aimed her tool, her phone, on the injustice and held it steady for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, with her heart beating, surely afraid, surely traumatized, despite the feeling of danger. She decided in that moment that she was willing to lose what she knew as her life before that moment to take a stand for the life of a man that she didn't know at all. Just this week, because of Daniela's bravery, America watched as a guilty verdict was finally handed down to a police officer who so heartlessly took the life of who we now know as George Floyd. And while there were calls and cries, marches and movements, none of it would have been possible without Daniela Frazier. Michael Moore, Oscar-winning documentarian, said that no film in our time has been more important than hers. Daniela made a commitment on that street in Minnesota. Through this program, each of you have made yours. So now that you will return to the new normal, your schools, your neighborhoods, your college campuses, your sacred spaces, you must ask yourself continuously those same 3 questions. Number 1, what does the world need to see that only you can show? Each of you has a special lens tuned into the things that you care about. What do you need to shine a light on? Is it police brutality, education, environmental justice, relief for people suffering from COVID-19, voting, homelessness? What is it that only you can show the world? And then what will be your tools? The Are You Ready program has given you a tremendous amount of tools. Will it be voting, politics, forming an organization, media, teaching, writing? What will you use as your vehicle for ongoing change? What gifts do you have to lend? And then lastly, what are you willing to lose? Because leadership undoubtedly requires sacrifice. Even to be a part of this program, along the way, you had to sacrifice something. But in the words of Fred Hampton, people must pay a price for peace. If you dare to struggle, you dare to win. So what does the world need to see, young leaders, that only you can show? What will be your tools? And what are you willing to lose? Once you have the answers to these three questions, you will know your calling. You will know that you are ready. So thank you for taking the commitment of leadership. And I hope that you will get so much out of this conference today as you continuously answer your call. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Colleen Berryman, for that inspirational speech, that inspirational keynote. We will all take that into consideration as we move forward. Thank you. And now we're going to transition to some fun, everyone. So we are going to be playing a game of Jeopardy. So really quickly, some ground rules. You're all going to be divided into groups that you were in earlier, and we're going to have 8 categories. So what you're going to do is you're going to raise your hand. Whoever wants to support their group, you're going to raise your hand and select the category and the number, and you will represent your group. The group with the most points wins the game. 1 second. So yes, our categories are voting rights, current events, places, pop culture, youth activism, and TikTok trends. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have 8 groups. So whoever raises their hands first, you'll be selected, and you will select the number and the category. For example, if you want to do current events, you say current events for 400. Are we in agreement? Does everyone understand? Thumbs up. Awesome. Awesome. So let's go with team 1. Who from team 1 would like to represent their team?
Eagles, that's you guys.
Please unmute your mics and select a category.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Can we choose 300 or places 300?
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. So the question is, the big green statue resides in New Jersey and was given to America by the French as a symbol of alliance during the American Revolution.
Do I answer or do they answer?
You can answer for your group.
False. It resides in New York.
Actually, no. 1 second.
Oh, that was, oh.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, so just to clarify, the answers will all be correct, and then you won't have to choose true or false. You can just state whatever the answer is describing. So in this case, it would be the Statue of Liberty. But good work. There are more chances ahead.
Thank you, Wendy. I guess we'll go to group 2, team 2.
It's referring to the breakout rooms, correct? Like that would be
Yes.
the team. Okay. I guess pop culture for 200.
Awesome. So this is the world's largest coffee chain, founded in 1971. It is best known for using Italian words such as grande, venti, and trenta to differentiate the size of their cups.
What is Starbucks?
That is correct. So you get to choose again.
I guess. I guess I'll just go pop culture for 300.
This movie almost won the Oscar for the best movie in 2007.
What is La La Land? Because that makes it right.
That is correct. Awesome. So you get to choose one more.
I'll just go for pop culture for 100.
A popular social media app that has a ghost as its logo and is famous for deleting messages immediately after it's viewed.
What is Snapchat?
Awesome. Thank you. So let's get someone from group 3.
I'll go.
Awesome.
The screen hasn't changed for me.
Okay. Awesome.
I get TikTok trends for 200.
Okay. TikTok challenge that derived from the game Never Have I Ever, in which people take turns sharing experiences they've never done, featuring people holding up 5 or 10 fingers and then putting them one down each time a statement applies to them.
What is put a finger down?
Awesome. That is correct. Okay, let's get another one from, you get to choose again.
Okay. Current events for 100, please.
Awesome.
Okay, so this pair was sworn into office as president and vice president on January 20th, 2021.
Who are Joe Biden and Kamala Harris?
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I think you can choose another section.
I think I'll let somebody else from my group go ahead.
Okay, group 3, who's next? Anyone from group 3 can play. All right, Pat.
Sure, I'll go ahead. Could we do current events for 300?
For sure. Okay. This illness is caused by a virus and has spread throughout the world by close contact between individuals.
COVID-19.
Correct. Bingo. Okay, and I think team 3 can choose one more.
Maybe places for 400.
People are known to go to this area in New York City to watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve.
What is Times Square?
Correct. Now, I think we can pass it off to team 4. Would somebody from team 4 like to select a category?
Team 4,
Yeah, someone from team 4 can choose a
I can select a
category.
category. I was on team 4.
Great.
I would love to. Can I do voting rights for 100, please?
All right. At this age, US citizens can vote.
What is the age of 18?
That is correct. All right, group 4 can go again.
Does that mean me? Okay, I guess I'll go again. If anybody else from my group wants to jump in, feel free. I would love some help. Voting rights 200, please.
This form of voting allows citizens who are out of town or have a disability or illness to cast their ballot.
What is mail-in voting?
Great job. And then one more.
Okay, I'll leave this to another member of group 4.
I can take current events for 200.
Okay, so these are 2 of the COVID vaccines that received emergency authorization from the FDA.
What is Moderna and Pfizer?
Correct. Okay, so we're moving on to team 5. Who's going to rep team 5?
I can do it. Let's try youth activism for 200, please.
Okay, who recited the poem The Hill We Climb at the inauguration of Joe Biden in January 2021?
Who is Amanda? I think her last name is Gorman. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Who's next from team 5? Does anyone else want to step in?
TikTok trends 400.
Okay, so TikTok users respond to a prompt question that reveals information about themselves without explicitly stating what they're revealing. It's a hard one.
Also, anyone from group 5's team can help her out.
Anybody want to help? Nobody?
I'm sorry, I don't have TikTok.
Are we going to give group 6 a steal? Any last takers from group 5? Okay, group 6. Does anyone know the answer? Julia.
What is tell me without actually telling me, I think?
Yes, good job. Okay, so do we stay with group 6 now? Okay, so someone from group 6, do you want to choose the next?
I can go. TikTok trends 100.
Okay, so this TikTok dance contains over 15 dance moves to a short section of a song called Lottery by K Camp. It's named after a lyric in the song.
Renegade? What is Renegade?
Nice. Okay, group 6 is on a roll. Who wants to choose the next section for group 6?
I can go. Let's do current events for 800.
This National Public Health Agency provides guidelines for the country on how to handle crises like the COVID pandemic. Anyone
know
from
it.
group 6 can answer. You can phone a friend.
I know it, and I can't say the name because I forgot. No.
Julia, do you want to come in?
What is the CDC?
Perfect. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Okay, that's 3 questions from group 6? All right, so, oh, Janica, were you gonna?
Yeah, I was saying that they can get another one because they stole from group 5.
Oh, okay, group 6. What's your next pick?
Places 100.
An amusement park located in Orlando, Florida that is home to 49 rides and has large dressed up characters roaming all around the park.
I actually don't know this one. So if somebody else from my group knows, go ahead.
Anybody else from group 6?
Julia, you can go.
What is Walt Disney World?
That is correct.
Awesome. So we're going on to group 7. So anyone from group 7 would like to go? Oh,
I
wait.
can go.
Awesome.
Why don't we do youth activism for 800?
Oh, you're going big.
Why not?
This movement sought to address income inequality, dominating corporate interests, and dark money expenditures associated with the rule of 1%.
What is Occupy Wall Street?
Awesome. Wow. Yes. What is Occupy Wall Street? That is correct. Okay, you got to go again.
I can go if there's not someone else. Well, you're leading the game. So yeah, I'll do TikTok for 800.
All the big stops.
Why not?
TikTok challenge where one person starts off dancing while the other person was in the background and then dancing. That person would turn off the light. Upon the light switching on, the roles would be reversed and the participants also reversing positions and outfits.
What is flip the switch?
That is correct. Awesome. And one more. Anyone else from group 7?
Yeah, I can go. I'll do one. Can we do current events for 400?
Yes, we can.
So this yearly college basketball tournament was canceled in 2020 and was held again in 2021.
What is March Madness?
Correct. Great job. Team 7 is in the lead. Oh my gosh. Okay, Team 8. It's your time for redemption. Who's up from Team 8?
I can go.
Oh, okay.
I'll do voting rights for 800.
This amendment was intended to end racial barriers to voting.
Is it the 15th Amendment? What is the 15th Amendment?
Good job. Nice. Okay.
Voting rights first. Well, actually, someone else from my team. I'm gonna hand off the baton.
Yeah, I can go. Can I have places for 600?
These 3 famous waterfalls make up this popular tourist attraction located at the border of New York and Ontario, Canada.
You can phone a friend from teammate.
Okay, grouping. Oh, Shreya. I see your hand.
Yeah, what is Niagara Falls?
That is correct.
Last pick from teammate.
I can go again, no worries. Let's do voting rights for 700.
This system of racial segregation and discrimination made voting difficult for Black Americans in the South.
What is Jim Crow?
That is correct.
Now we're going back to team 1. Come on, it's your time for redemption.
Okay, can I go?
Yes, you can.
TikTok trends for 700.
TikTok dance inspired by the step-by-step dance where you do the 2-step and then cowboy boogie. If you don't know, you can always phone in a friend.
Does anybody from group 1 know? No? Okay, hold on. 2-step.
We have Drew.
No, I know. No,
yeah.
I know the trend. I'm trying to remember the name. Just hold on.
Yes, give us time, please.
Whew, that's a lot of work. Come on.
The dance is like, I think it's the get up trend. Or like,
No,
what
isn't it?
Or get up.
Yes, Wendy, you got it.
Awesome. That is correct. Good job, team 1. Okay, you get to pick another question.
Can we try places for 800?
Yes, you can.
This 2,080-pound object with the crack is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and is a symbol of freedom in America.
It's the Liberty Bell.
Yes, good job. What is the Liberty Bell? Correct.
Thanks for my team. That wasn't me. But anyways.
Yeah, someone from group can still pick again, I think.
Sorry. What is can we pick TikTok trends for 500?
Yes, we can. TikTok user starts a video off by setting up the scene where they are about to clean something, typically a mirror.
What is the wipe it?
I saw that whole action, that whole thought process right there. That is correct. What is the wipe off challenge? Okay, now we have team 1 with 2,000 points. Let's see. Come on, team 1 for the win. Team 2, let's go. We have a little bit of time left, so let's see if we can power through this.
This is the last question, so make it a good one.
Okay, what is TikTok trends for 600?
Oh, team 2.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Anyone else from team 2, or are we just gonna leave me out here? I guess I can do. Oof, man. I can go bigger or home. I guess pop culture for 800. I'll see what happens. Oh, it's 100. What is 104 days?
Awesome.
There was no hesitation there. Didn't even need the question to be read off.
Can we do one more? Oh, no, we cannot. But thank you all for participating in this game. It was really fun. You're all winners. Thank you. And I think I'm going to hand it over to
Me, I'm gonna. Okay, everyone, that was a great game. So now we're gonna transition into breakout rooms again. So we have 4 breakout rooms on getting political with a panel of young elected leaders, a breakout room on speaking out that discusses activating change in your school, one on media and respectful discourse, and our last one is on volunteering and how to activate for change. So you will all now have the opportunity to join a breakout session and learn a little bit more about the 4 facets of civic engagement.
From each group to go in order. So if group 1 wants to show us what they worked on, that'd be awesome.
So Wendy and Fanta, if you guys want to start us off, thank you.
It's kind of noisy here, so I really can't present right now.
That's all good.
So this is our poster, the flea market fundraiser. It's a fundraiser for recycling and saving the earth. Because if you like eliminate race and ethnicity and all of that, we realized that the only thing we share in common is the earth. So we might as well protect it. Our high school is Eagleton High School and gym, and that's where we're gonna like put in the recycling bins. We gotta protect our community, opposed to resolution 8 to save everyone or like help.
No, you did a great job. Just for the information down here, so basically it's going to be a flea market fundraiser. So a couple ideas that we had where we're going to have DIY stations, we're going to have vendors, auctions, and more. So it's basically about getting the community involved. And then all donations and purchases from the event are going to go into the opposition of resolution 8 because we're pro recycling bins.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. Group 2, if you guys want to go ahead and unmute and do your presentation.
Sure. I can share my screen. So first of all, our chant, we can share it with you on 3. Are we all ready, team 2?
Yep.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
This
is not the fate
of our
great state. Stop resolution 8. Recycling is
Recycling
great. And we have it up here. That was our chant. And then this is the poster we came up with. Monica, did you want to explain that?
Sure, I can explain it. So, in our group, we decided that, recycling and, trash cans, those are 2 symbols that people are familiar with and can, have got it. And so you're like, okay, we'll have a recycling bin and we'll have a trash can. And as you can see, there's like an 8. So like that would be resolution 8 going into the trash can. And so we have as our tagline with resolution 8, our future is in this bin. So the trash can to represent that, like, hey, we need to, the future is with, recycling, protecting the earth, that kind of message to be spread. And yeah. Anything else from group 2? Is that all?
I think that's great.
Stop resolution 8.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, group 3, you're up.
Hi, we wrote a letter in opposition to resolution 8, and it's a letter from the student body to the Board of Education. And I'm going to share my screen, but the high school student in our group, Shella, she'll be the one reading to you. So just give me one moment. Okay, is my screen visible?
It is.
All right, take it right off.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Dear Board of Education,
we, the student body, negate Resolution 8, a policy that will limit the number of recycling containers by 70% in all school facilities. Limiting the number of recycling containers will have many negative consequences that outweigh the temporal relief of budget cuts. Contention 1, foregoing up to 70% of the recycling facilities among the school district is expected to drastically reduce inefficiency due to the loss of product reusability. Financial impact. The cost of maintaining the recycling facilities may be lowered, but will inevitably lead to higher expenses and purchases of more materials. Contention 2, limiting recycling at home will limit recycling elsewhere, which will be detrimental to the community. Recycling reduces the amount of waste in landfills and conserves natural resources. Recycling saves 25 to 30% of the energy used to make glass from virgin materials. Recycling is great for the community, and without it, recyclable products in landfills will cause unnecessary weight. In conclusion, the school district is responsible for educating students and staff on environmental causes and keeping the local environment clean. School is where many students learn the behaviors that they need in the real world. If they are not taught about recycling, there may be negative consequences in the community, and in the long term, more importantly, the environment. As a result, we, the student body, urge you, the Board of Education, to limit the number of recycling containers cut with the school district. Instead of cutting 70% all at once, we encourage you to try to cut as little as possible. Start with such as 25%. Thank you.
Wow, that was actually incredible. Thank you very much, Sheila, for that presentation. That was a really, really good pacing of delivering everything everyone just created. I myself, I'm very proud. Wow, that was incredible.
All right, if we could go ahead and stop sharing the screen so we can move on to our next group. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm a little bit biased, but group 4, I think is gonna be pretty awesome. So why don't we hear from them? Anybody from group 4?
I can start us off. So in group 4, we created a protest chant. So it is expensive to maintain.
What is the gain?
Tools to refrain.
Because it's easier to sustain.
Great, thank you. Loved the participation from everyone in the group. All right, they went ahead and put that in the chat so that way y'all can make sure that you heard the words for that. Appreciate you. And let's move on to group 5 and hear from you.
Hi, so yeah, we're group 5 and we are working on respectful discourse discussion. So for our activity, we created a lunchroom discussion. So you'll hear from each of us about how this discussion would typically work. And I'll give you guys a little background to help visualize the discussion, and then we will start. All right. Let me know if you guys can see this. Oh, maybe I can't do that. Okay, well, we're just gonna do the read through because I can't give you guys a visual. So we can begin with Sky.
Have you guys heard about Resolution 8?
No, what's that?
Basically, our school can't afford to continue recycling and is having to do budget cuts and we'll cut our recycling program.
Okay, why should we care about that? It's the school's problem, not ours.
Our school is obligated to continue recycling and to maintain funding for services that support students, and recycling is one of those. So I personally think that we should start a fundraising campaign and try to help maintain the recycling that we currently have.
I think we should leave it up to the administration to make that decision on their own. If they don't want to put money towards recycling, they shouldn't have to.
It's our school and we have a say in the decisions that concern us too. The environment is really important to all of us because it affects our health, and we need to help Sky fundraise so that we can continue recycling here. Megan's right. Who cares? The money that's been going towards recycling should be going towards the athletic department to get the football team new uniforms anyway. How about we fundraise for that?
I understand the football team needs uniforms and other departments need money as well. It's more important we focus on educating students more about this issue so that they know it's going on, and it's more important that we prioritize recycling because the school needs our help. Uniforms can wait. Recycling needs to happen now.
And that is all for our lunchroom discussion.
Thanks so much for sharing with us, Group 5. That was really great. Let's go ahead and hear from Group 6.
So my group, we had to write a speech for the Board of Education in support of Resolution 8, and I'm going to read the speech now. I am Angie from the Ann Richards School for Young Women Leaders, and I am a part of the Trash the Bins program. We support reducing the amount of recycling containers in school facilities because it will save money and prioritize the extracurriculars of students at our school. Budget cuts will affect the opportunities of our programs in which we students are in. We don't want our programs to be cut. We have achieved so much just for us to lose it. In addition, staff will no longer be occupied with recycling, which will cut down on staffing costs. If plastic is used on campuses, it will be given to our environmentally friendly art program, which uses the plastics to create astounding projects and materials needed for school. Although plastic goes to the ocean and damages the environment, the district can reduce the plastic use by investing in water fountains and reusable water bottles and eliminate the use of plastic water bottles overall. So I asked the Board of Education to vote yes on Resolution 8 and cut 70% of recycling containers in school facilities.
Awesome job. Thank you all so much for being willing to share and your great delivery. We really appreciate your participation in the activity.
Okay, and we'll just transition, and we're going to finish up in a moment to our closing program. But thank you for everybody who participated. It really was wonderful to hear all the signs of activism for this program. We'll just pass it off to our interns who will lead us in our closing program. Noor or Ashanti, Sarah or Jenica.
Okay, to get
hello,
us.
I can go.
Go ahead, Ashanti, sorry.
Yes, for this final part of our presentation, we will be presenting certificates. So I'm not sure exactly who will be presenting them.
So each one of you will be receiving a certificate for participating in this conference today, and we'll be sending it to your staff. So everybody will be getting a certificate. So that's our small section for the presentation of certificates. We'll move then to our highlights and heroes just to kind of review and do special thank yous.
So I hope everyone had a great time and learned a lot about how to employ different parts of our civics toolkit in our own communities. But we're going to move to a highlights and heroes portion of the event. So if you want to raise your hand, or you can drop it in the chat, a highlight of today, so a favorite session, maybe a one-liner that you heard from someone that inspired you to do something, a new type of program or fundraiser you learned about. We'd love to hear from you. You can also share with us a hero. So if you want to highlight someone in the Zoom room, you know, for teaching you something or for having a great conversation with you, please do. So you can go ahead and raise your hand or drop that in the chat. And I can actually go first. So my hero from today is Angie. Angie was the high school student in group 6. And like you all just saw from Angie's stump speech for the Board of Education, Angie did a great job and really compelled, I think, the fictional Board of Education to vote yes on Resolution 8. So anyone else can raise their hand, or you can continue sharing in the chat. Jada, go ahead.
I want to highlight Wendy from my group, Group 1. She really was speaking up. We threw her a few. We were just like, Wendy, what do you think a lot? And she was always ready to share, and that was really great. So I want to highlight Wendy.
And we have some more heroes. We have all of the high school students who showed up today with good work. We've got Sheila. That delivery of the letter to the Board of Education was absolutely amazing. Noemi did an amazing presentation in the breakout rooms. Yeah, those breakout rooms are really beneficial. The diversity in the room, I agree. Anyone else? Austin, go ahead.
My highlight for today and my heroes are all the ones in the group with the chant. It was a fantastic chant. I loved it. It's a highlight for the day for me.
Angie.
I wanted to say thank you, and also I wanted to highlight my group 6 because they really made me feel welcome. It wasn't awkward at all. I felt really open to them, and I wasn't scared to like speak my mind and ask them for help.
I'm glad that it was a good experience for you. And we have in the chat Kalina Berryman. I agree. What an amazing keynote and how inspiring, especially as a student, to be pushed to pursue all of my potential. Does anyone else have any final highlights or heroes? Monica?
Yeah, I also just kind of want to shout out my group. You know, we really just like went in there, we started doing chants. There was a lot of different, perspectives and things that brought into the room, and we were able to like have a consensus and bring together. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you. And consensus is definitely not easy. So the fact that you were all able to reach one just says a lot about your ability to have civil discourse. Oh, and we have me in the chat. Okay, that's really great. And as a final highlights and heroes, I also want to point out all of the university and high school staff and faculty that have really helped push us through this program at Rutgers New Brunswick, Rutgers Newark, Drew University, and University of Texas. I had the chance to talk to, I think, most or all of the administrators and be in the classroom with all of you guys as well. And it was really such a wonderful experience to learn from all of you and to hear your input and how much hard work and effort went into the conference was really great. And as you can see on the screen, we have another special note of thanks to our sponsors. So the Darien Fund for the U.S. Constitution, Citizenship, and Civic Education, Maury Lieberman and Leslie Scallett, the Are You Ready National Partner Program, so our 4 very special universities, and the students from all of those universities. So you can see the University of Texas at Austin, Rutgers Newark, Drew University, and Rutgers New Brunswick. Big props to all of the students who came out today. It was really wonderful hearing from you, meeting you, and seeing the great work that you all do. And as a final note, you can stay updated with all of us on social media. So you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We post some pretty cool things.
So I could pass it off to Dr. Elizabeth Maddow if you want to close us out and send our students off for the day.
I think that was an excellent way to end the day. And thank you, Noor, for wrapping us up so successfully. And just to echo what Noor mentioned, we couldn't have done it, obviously, without our partners, with all of the undergraduates who participated, the high school students who joined us. And I do want to give a special thank you to Jessica Ronan for all of her hard work. She put a tremendous amount of work into the preparation of this day, but just keeping us going on Zoom was no easy feat. So really want to congratulate Jessica. This was the first time we've done this, and we learned a lot. And I think their closing presentations were just marvelous and made the whole day worth it. So thank you to everyone. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are, and you get to go outside and have get a snack and some lunch and enjoy the outside. Take care of everyone and each other and yourselves. And thank you all very much.
One note, we're going to actually reshare the survey. So if everyone can hang on a second, we'll reshare the survey. And that way everyone can complete it, please. Oh, thank you, Noor.